It is easy to lose sight of the world beyond our perspective. We go to school, laugh with our friends, sleep in our warm beds, do our work, and we live our lives the way that they are supposed to be lived, right? But do we also conserve water, volunteer, vote, and advocate for the less fortunate? We lose sight of the effect our actions have on our economy, environment, and community. With technology improving every day, the average smartphone user has the abundance of power in the palm of their hand and can choose to use it for the greater good. Yet, time and time again, society disregards the responsibility we have as humans. Even though the government does a poor job at taking accountability for its actions, the individuals of our society still yield the power to make great changes. I believe that with all the distractions of the 21st century, we have forgotten our roles and values as human beings. But with the right guidance, we can work together to make the world a better place. In today's society, millions of people face unemployment, poverty, inequality, and violence. If there were actions we could take to prevent these things from happening, wouldn't we all do it? I like to think that the answer is yes. But in the first year of college, I learned that some young students were eager to avoid just that, a simple act that they themselves would benefit from as a society. During my semesters at a private university in California, I repeatedly witnessed Greek life students foraging their community service hours. It was really only a small amount of time over a course of 5 months, but the task of volunteering was too daunting for these students. Getting our communities to volunteer would be enormously beneficial to our society. Most people do not understand how influential volunteering can be for all aspects of our society. Smith explains, there are multiple benefits for volunteering. Austin and Sachs' 1998 U.S. research found that volunteering can enhance students' academic development, personal skills development, and sense of civic responsibility. Benefits were associated with career choice and employability after graduation. Smith's research proves that student volunteering results in less unemployment and ultimately promotes a healthier, happier self. With that being said, I believe that it is reasonable for citizens to be responsible for some form of community service. Not only does it give people a sense of belonging, it will be beneficial for society as a whole. Because volunteering promotes academic development, students who volunteer are more likely to flourish in their studies and, in turn, have better opportunities career-wise. This could create more jobs and prevent more poverty from uprising in the communities. Every individual holds responsibility to vote. With the endless political fights for equality, money, and power, each vote counts. It is too often that we neglect to remember the importance and power of voting. But with the country in turmoil, this is a fault that we cannot afford. There are propositions, laws, and political figures that must be voted for in order to make the changes that are necessary to improve our nation. Each eligible citizen can have an influence on the results of an election and therefore holds the responsibility to vote and to do their part. Voshu and Kozma argue that voting is a low-cost conventional act for political participation. Compared to other types of political participation, it does not need recruitment as a prerequisite and depends less on integration in the social networks in the host society. This quote is relevant because it shows just how simple it can be to make a difference. Overall, I believe a sense of individual responsibility can make a huge difference in society. Each person is responsible for their own actions, for volunteering, for voting, and for maintaining a safe and healthy community. With this sense of community, we can come together and make the world a happier, safer place. In a study showing the effects of a sense of community in students, Pardee, Albanese, and Kokunida found sense of community has been associated with the lower levels of students' aggressive behaviors. Having a sense of community and feeling like there is a common goal between a group of people can be beneficial in many aspects. Now, I know that it is that is never as easy as it sounds, but every individual's actions count towards something bigger. So let's make a difference.